Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm trying to talk really silent while I film this video because Nathan is taking a nap right now and we've already had 2 instances where he's almost woken up. So we're gonna film this really fast. But I wanted to talk about some baby products that I had gotten from my baby registry that I just absolutely regret I never used. And I was so excited for them, but I just never ended up using them. So they just, at least for me, in our family, they just weren't essentials. They never got any use out of them. They were kind of just a waste for us. So let's get into that. But before we do, I did want to introduce myself. My name's Kelly. I'm a 24-year-old mama of a baby boy who is about to be 11 months. His name is Nathan, and on my channel I kind of just do motherhood lifestyle. We do a little bit of vlogs, do a little bit of sit downs and chats, videos like this where I tell you products, review products, look at products, do this and that. So if that's your jam, if that's right up your alley, then go ahead and subscribe and let's get into the video. So one of the first things that I completely regret buying was a baby bouncer. So we did try to use this with Nathan because he did like the Mamaroo swing, and once he got a little too big for that, I was like, oh, I'll just put him in the baby bouncer and he'll love it. He hated that thing. He never wanted to be in it. He would always try to twist and turn out of it, push it, like arch his back. He did not like that thing at all whatsoever, and I was so excited for it because it just looked like something that he could entertain himself with, since he did, you know, whenever he kicked, the baby bouncer would move, but he just was not about that thing. He didn't like it. He hated it. So that's definitely a big regret for us because he just wasn't a fan of it. The next product that I regret putting on my registry was a humidifier. So I know these things at some point are going to become an essential, but for us, we just never used it. You know, it was just kind of like a waste. It just sits in there and it just doesn't get touched. It was just, I used it a little bit in the beginning when he was a newborn, but it wasn't something that was super essential for us. So it's kind of just like sitting there accumulating dust. So that was definitely a big regret for us. Another thing that it was more of just like, I thought it was gonna be a good idea. And I was like, he was born in November, so it was around the time where it started getting a little bit cold. But a wipe warmer. You don't need a wipe warmer. I'm just gonna, look at me. You don't need a wipe warmer. It was such a waste because sometimes it would dry out the wipes. It was just so unnecessary, and the fact that you have to open a pack of wipes and then put it in there, and then it was too far for me to even reach. It's a good concept in retrospect in like your mind, but you don't need a wipe warmer. It is just too much of a complication. Also, like when you're out and about on the road, you're not gonna have a wipe warmer. So your baby's gonna get accustomed to a nice warm wipe, and then when you're out and you have to change his diaper in a parking lot, you're gonna give him a cold wipe. So just, you don't need a wipe warmer. Trust me, I made that mistake. Another thing that I really regret buying, and it was more because I thought I was gonna get a lot of use out of it, but I ended up not, was a baby food maker. I just never gave him purees. I did a little bit for like a good couple of weeks, but Nathan just wasn't about baby purees. He just wasn't a fan of them. So, you know, we obviously did baby led weaning, and it was just such a waste of money. I got it because it was on discount and it looked like I was gonna get a lot of use out of it, but I just never ended up using it. Plus, you really don't need a baby food maker. All you have to do is steam food in a pot and then blend it. Like, you don't need a baby food maker for that. I do use it now just because it has 2 ports, and that's where I steam his vegetables, but the only reason I do it is because I have it, not because I need it. And I just want to get as much use out of it because I did buy it, but you don't need a baby food maker. It's just, it was unnecessary. It takes up a lot of counter space. It just was something that we really did not need, and we ended up not even needing it because of the fact that we did baby led weaning. So I don't make baby food. So yeah, that was a big waste and a big regret for us. The next thing that I really regret putting on my baby registry was the baby Brezza formula dispenser. I feel like I just got inspired by TikTok because I saw a TikTok about it and I was like, oh my god, that looks so cool, and I ended up breastfeeding. So I've never given him formula, so I've never had to use it. So it just sat in a closet for months. I did ended up regifting it to someone else who had a baby who did give their baby formula, but it was just such a waste for us because I ended up breastfeeding. I really didn't need it. It's a good thing, I guess, for people who do gift formula, but it was just such a waste for us. We were just upset that we even put that on our registry. I feel like that's one of those things that you buy after the fact because you don't really know how you're gonna feed your baby. So yeah, the Baby Brezza formula dispenser, a big didn't need it. And then the last thing that we regret buying was a whole set of baby bottles. So your baby is very specific to what bottle they want, and I ended up putting like, I don't even know, like 3 packs of different baby bottles, which was such a waste because 2 packs he did not like, so I never got to use them, and I just have them in my closet for like months. I did ended up, of course, regifting them because Nathan never used them, but I should have just gotten one of those. They're like these variety boxes, and it gives you one of each bottle. If I would have just gotten that, then I would have known that the only 2 bottles he would have liked would have been the Comotomos and the Dr. Brown's, because those were the only 2 that he would even allow me to use for him. But I ended up having like the Nukes and the Advents and the Mams, and they just sat in a closet for so long, and I felt so bad because I was like, someone actually needs this. I don't need all these bottles. Like, it was just such a waste to have all those bottles. And then I ended up having to buy a set of bottles afterwards anyway. So I guess if you're gonna do baby bottles on your baby registry, I definitely recommend doing like one of those varieties. Like, I know Babylist, that's the registry I used, they have like a variety box that gives you like one of each that are like the most popular bottles. So I would recommend putting that, so then later on you know what bottles you actually need and just buying those. So yeah, that's kind of it. If you guys want, I can make a video of like the top essentials that I used all the time when he was a newborn and even up to now at 11 months, because there are a lot of good stuff that I'm using for so long and they really do help. That's kind of it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helped you not make the same mistakes that I did with putting unnecessary things on the baby registry that are then gonna sit in your closet for months until someone else has a baby, and then you can re-gift it to them. But if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and become part of our little family. Hit that notification button so you know when I post next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.